What's up, sports, fitness, and weight loss fans? Coach Frank here with an episode that might seem a little unrelated, one that may shock you a little, but will be very revealing in the end. The question is this: what do 1.6 million car accidents have to do with $72 billion spent on weight loss? I know, it's an odd question, but it isn't odd to me. In practice all these years, I've become increasingly aware of this connection with every patient I assist to get off the weight loss roller coaster. And because of what I know about this very subject, I'm able to keep them off it and have the ride of their lives. Pain, injury, inflammation, compression, and stress actually have a relationship to problems with weight, and it's more direct than you ever know. Today, I will reveal the connection and open the door for you to be able to find the hidden connections you've overlooked in your attempts at weight loss. Maybe you just can't lose weight. Maybe you can lose it, but just can't keep it off. Maybe you feel doomed to ride the weight loss roller coaster until the end of your days. If that's the case, there's something you've overlooked, something you don't know. And I'm going to reveal to you just what that is right after this.
Game on, sports, fitness, and health fans, with another episode of the Sporting Good Posture Digital Radio Experience. Gear up for Coach Frank's advice from the sidelines as he helps you crush your game, no matter what sports, health, or fitness game you play.
Hey, this is Coach Frank. I'm sporting good posture. What are you sporting?
Hey, Coach, what do you got for us today?
Welcome back to another episode of Sporting Good Posture. This is Coach Frank, and I'm here with a surprise for you. I'm here to tell you a secret that's actually not a secret. I'm going to tell you something about weight loss today that not only you never knew, but that's the reason why you haven't been able to lose or get rid of excess unwanted fat and weight, no matter what you do. Now, I know you're a bit intrigued and maybe a little puzzled by what I said in the teaser about auto accidents, specifically in their relation to unwanted weight gain. And that's understandable if you don't know what I know about structure, anatomy, and natural body function, as well as what can set the body off its natural path of wellness and fitness. Did you know your body isn't supposed to retain excess weight? Did you know it's not supposed to get more painful as you age? Did you know it's designed to be quite athletic and stay that way your entire life? Well, if you've been listening this far, we probably both know the answer is no. Well, hang in there for this episode, because I'm about to reveal to you exactly why this is and what I have observed in the general health of people who come to me for help, especially those who have had car accidents or injuries in their history. And I'd like to leave you with some advice on what you yourself can do about it. So listen for a few minutes while I detail it for you right after this short message.
Auto accidents. Some are serious. Some are just small fender benders, but all of them do damage. Maybe you still have pain. Maybe it went away in a few days, just the way they said it would in the emergency room. But whether it's whiplash and minor pain or major injury, it's not the upfront effects that are really concerning. And it isn't just the pain that's the problem. Chiropractic studies have shown that effects of auto accidents not only accumulate over the years, but they directly affect the basic structure of your body, setting it farther and farther off balance until the structure itself starts interfering with your most basic body functions. The postural mechanics of your body are designed to support body function. From muscles to organs, nerves to glands, everything is supported by structure. So when your posture is off, everything else can be too. So no matter what chronic or non-chronic pains, health issues, stresses you carry, or tensions you endure, all of them can be made worse and even caused by the trauma of the most minor car accidents. The good news? All of these can be handled by finding the structural imbalances which you have accumulated. And it is possible to restore optimum function and a pain-free life. By tracing them down to their original source, we can work on the actual cause of your issues to a much more effective result. How do you achieve it? That's easy. With a free advanced postural impact screening at Ideal Health and Wellness Center, we'll be able to get to the bottom of your issues and give you a full report of doctors' findings and recommendations of what you yourself can do to start on your way to an ideal you. Whether recent or years ago, don't let auto accidents roadblock you from a healthy and fit, pain-free life. Find out the sources of the stress you carry. Schedule your advanced postural impact screening today. Call Ideal Health and Wellness Center at 615-567-6683 now.
So can an auto accident make you fat? Can it make you gain weight and not be able to take it or keep it off? The answer is yes, but the good news is it doesn't have to. I have a really good example of this. I've worked with a patient that was in a car accident about 30 years ago in high school and developed some issues from that, where when I took x-rays of her later in her life, the first thing I told her that you were in an accident about 25 or 30 years ago. And she looked at me and was like, how do you know that? And I said, well, from what I'm seeing on the x-ray here, you have bone spurring going on in the middle of your neck that really shouldn't be there because you're way too young for that. But it had to have been from some traumatic event. I said, typically that's from a car accident. And she said, yeah, I was in a car accident in high school. And then she had been in multiple other wrecks since then, but it was the initial one from high school that really set the tone of how the body would heal from that. But in fact, it healed incorrectly. So by not doing anything about that accident at that point, because she was younger, she kind of bounced back quick, the underlying issues started happening of the compression that happened in the discs in the neck, and then the bone spurs that occurred to try to protect the bones there because of all the pressure on the neck. But then it turned into new problems because the bone spurs had gotten so big that it was causing her to have swallowing issues, where when she'd eat something, every time she swallowed, those bone spurs would be pushing on her esophagus. And every time she was breathing, she felt like she couldn't get a full breath in because it was constricting her airways. And she even started developing sleep apnea, where she had to start using a CPAP machine, and also having those issues breathing was affecting her metabolic rate. So she started gaining weight. She started being less active. She wasn't getting good digestion. She had no energy. So there was a big chain reaction that happened because of this accident that happened when she was in high school. And little did she know that that would turn into this problem later. And it goes to show that the body can help heal itself, but in the same time, by forming those bone spurs to try to protect those discs in there, it created new problems where led to the swallowing issues, breathing issues, sleep apnea, and ultimately slower metabolic rate, where now her body's not functioning like it should. It's a way that your body needs to react, but at the same time, if nothing's done about it, then it leads to these problems later in life. It goes back to now the structure and function of the body. And with the pressure off of there, if you listen to the episode we just recently did on spinal decompression, you'll know that gravity that's happening over time is creating those issues as well. So it's an accumulation of the injuries you've had in your life. And then as you get later in life, you're typically sitting at a desk, and now that pressure has become too great for your body, where it not only affects your function, but it also affects your body's ability to digest and to breathe and to move, because your body's inflamed, you're moving less, you're not sleeping well, your joints hurt all the time, your body aches, you have muscle aches, and you're not able to be as active as you used to be. So all these accumulations lead to less activity, poor digestion, poor sleep, poor energy, and then your body gains weight. And it's this endless cycle that happens because your underlying structure, your body, never got treated. So that timeline that you've had that usually goes back to when you were a kid or high school or whatever, now 30 years later, is one of the main reasons why you're dealing with those issues later in life. Also, I see a big uptick in people having diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, because the inflammation of the body, if it's not addressed, your body is going to produce more cholesterol. So inflammation in the body leads to more cholesterol. More cholesterol leads to atherosclerosis, because then it starts to accumulate in the arteries, and now it makes it more difficult for your body to pump blood through your body, which then leads to heart disease, high blood pressure, and things like that, possible strokes. And then also with your body being so compressed and inflamed, and the digestion's off, now your body's leading to problems with insulin, and you start becoming diabetic as an adult. And when you become diabetic, you now double your chances of all the other problems like cancers, heart disease, strokes, all the, high cholesterol, all the things that are chronic that are hard to get rid of because your body just isn't functioning right. And it then stems back to that car accident you had in high school has led to a lot of these issues now later in life. Medication has a place, but there's a time in your life where you didn't need medication. There was a time in your life where your body functioned without certain medications. So if you have to take medications for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, things like that, then there's an underlying issue that's going on. And it's important to find out how that happened and what it is that you need to do to overcome that issue so that you can get off medications, have your body work like it's supposed to without dealing with the issues of now the side effects of the medications you might have to take. So that goes back to the 1.6 million car accidents that happened in 2020. And then the following year, 2021, 72 billion spent on weight loss. There's a big correlation to why there was that spending after those car accidents. Is a big part of why that's an issue. And every year that number gets bigger and bigger. There's more problems with car accidents and we see more weight gain each year. That's a big reason why that's happening. And car accidents are just a small part of that. There's many more injuries that people get. There's people that maybe have never been in a car accident, but the accumulation of these traumatic events, these injuries, these car accidents, whatever it happens to be from earlier in life, are a big part of that $72 billion that are spent on weight loss. And the number is growing every year. And that's what led me to go into more weight loss help for people by adding the lipolaser and the Chirothin program, because it gets to the root of the problem where you can lose weight quickly, open the fat cells and lose inches quickly, and start back on the right path. Regardless of what's going on in your body, we can get right down to the weight loss part of it and the fat loss part of it, because it specifically addresses the environmental, the traumatic, and all the things that have happened throughout your life to really figure out how to get you back on the weight loss track that you need to be. The reason the Chirothin and lipolaser program works is because it addresses the environmental, the structural, the nutritional, and the functional parts that cause the weight gain to begin with. So we're able to get a more effective and permanent result by using these programs to battle the weight loss problem. So there's many reasons why people are gaining weight. And a lot of them are with car accidents from previous injuries that you've had, and also traumas in life, sports injuries, and sitting at a desk now is one of the main things that you're doing. And that's really capping off why your body is still in that state of inflammation and slow metabolism. These accumulations over the years, and many people have been in multiple car accidents, and that's a big reason why your body isn't functioning at this point. And there's typically underlying issues with the spine, as well as your organs and your metabolism, that's creating the issues where your body's just not able to lose weight anymore. It's just at the point where no matter what you're doing, you're on that roller coaster ride of up and down. So my advice to you is to take the next step and get screened. Come into the office, we'll check it out. We'll figure out some of the things that are going on in your life currently, as well as previous injuries you may have had, other issues that factor in, maybe some hereditary things that are going on that can affect your body's metabolism, as well as the ability to lose weight and keep it off. Once I identify your specific issues of why you gain weight in the first place, the history of injuries you've had, the trauma in your life, the stresses that you have, once I figure those out for you, I can make recommendations so that you're able to finally lose the weight, keep it off, and live the healthy life that you've always wanted to live. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can always DM me on Instagram and Facebook at Ideal Health Wellness Center. Tell me what's going on, and I'll tell you what I think. Remember, the coach's door is always open. I'm Sporting Good Posture. How about you?
The Sporting Good Posture Podcast is a broadcast wellness production powered by Ideal Health Wellness Center. All content copyright 2021. All rights reserved. Executive producer Frank Sardella. Coach Frank appears courtesy of Ideal Health Wellness Center in Franklin. For more information, visit sportinggoodposture.com or follow Coach on Instagram at Ideal Health and Wellness Center.
Give me a tab.
Tab? I can't give you a tab unless you order something.
All right, give me a Pepsi free.
You want a Pepsi, pal? You're gonna pay for it.
Look, just give me something without any sugar in it, okay?
Something without sugar.